Here we are back on the Ellie homepage. I wanted to show you how to use the all-in-one search. This is another search tool. Rather than picking just one database to search, you can look at all of the databases that will and maybe give you more broad results, might broaden out your search and give you more to think about in terms of your issue, possibly other ways to approach your issue, other dimensions of your issue that you maybe haven't thought of. So here I've typed in our same terms as before, healthcare and access. You click on the search button. Just to avoid loading time, I went ahead and did that ahead of turning on the screencast software. So here's what we found. As you can see, we got different results. I think you can see that anyway. Let's see if I can. No, I can't make that bigger. For instance, here is something having to do with physical therapists and their providing of services to adults. So that's more specific. This is an interesting article found in the New York Times from just a few days ago. Life expectancy: East Texans' bad health and bad habits promote a stroke belt. And so on. You may find things that don't look particularly relevant to what you're interested in, but you may find things that are. So for instance, this article, On the Road to Rationing, if you click through, you'd be able to see that it probably is talking about the so-called rationing of healthcare that comes about through having some kind of national health care program. That may lead you down a different path than what you had thought of before, if rationing perhaps, or so-called rationing, may connect with the idea of access to health care, and so on. So, I mean, this is a different tool. It'll give you different results. As you can see, some of them are very, very fresh. I wanted to point to one other feature here, that you can always see this particular link will tell you that you can get a full text article, and that is a value if you're looking for access to the whole article rather than just summaries. You can see there's a number of them. This is back to the main page of the electronic library and information environment. I just wanted to point out a couple more things about this very wonderful library interface. One of them is that there's a link here on the main page to other libraries, and if you click that link, it'll take you to a page that shows you all of the other academic libraries in the state, as well as to the county and city libraries in Utah. Now, one thing that is very valuable about this is that it allows you to click through, for instance, to the University of Utah's library, its main library, the Marriott Library. Now, here you have all kinds of access to what's in that library, and if in fact you wanted to go to another library to put your hands on academic journals or look at their larger holdings, they have larger holdings simply because they are a university and they're funded to have a major research university library. You can do your work ahead of time. You can find out what they actually have before you go up there to find that they don't have what you need, or you are having a hard time finding it. The other thing I wanted to point out about our library and about your being an SLCC student is that they have what is known as Interlibrary Loan. That is to say, if you find a source that we don't have, like we don't have it in hard copy, either the book or the journal, and you can't find it full text online, our library will arrange for you to get the materials, either by having you be able to check out the book through our library or by getting the source from the journal itself. So I think there's a lot of tools that you should be able to use to do pretty much all the research you will need to do as an undergraduate here at SLCC. I've spoken with Learning Resources Dean Tiffany Evans about the library at SLCC, and she said that she takes great pride in getting access to pretty much every research tool that students will need at a community college. And by that she means any student in their first 2 years of post-secondary education. So I urge you to take her up on that characterization of the library and use this library interface very well. It's a great resource, and this electronic interface is quite remarkable.